Welcome to the hangar, the home of the Rose City Rollers. Tonight's fundraiser bout features two amazing teams. Give it up for the Heartless Heathers! And make some noise for the Trans Rollers United! First things first, we are going to announce the winner of our 2026 Season Pass ticket. So everyone, get out your yellow raffle ticket that you got when you came in the door today. The 2026 Season Passes give you access to over 80 games, special events, and discounts on merch. I have the winning ticket in my hand. If your number is called, please draw attention to yourself, and then Rocket Mean will come over and physically give you your 2026 Season Pass. All right, we ready? The winning number is 580531. All right, we have a winner! Congratulations, there's your 2026 Season Pass. Enjoy next season. All right, we'll get started here in a second, but just a couple of housekeeping items. Please stay on your side of the black barrier. This is for your safety and the safety of others. And please make sure to not walk during jam time. Please only walk in between jams. And if you need to get to your seats, our ushers will kindly let you know when to do so. Let's give a round of applause to all of the volunteers who have made everything happen tonight. Yeah. And another big round of applause for all of our officials, both on and off the track. And I would just like to take a moment here to say that it is now more important than ever that we cherish, support, and uplift our trans community, both on the track and off. Woo! So tonight, let's do just that. Ham and PJ, take it away.
Thank you for that incredible intro, Alpaca. I am Ham Boney, and I am announcing the Heartless Heathers for you today. We've got number 104, Mayday. Number 125, Adrenaline Crush. Number 1313, Tatty. Number 143, Destroyevsky. Number 18, Cone. Number 21, Fatality. Number 27, Scylla. Number 340, Tiny Danger. Number 444, Force Majeure. Number 501, Bratmobile. Number 55, Earthquake. Number 70, Freddie Herfury. Number 785, Judge Booty. Number 811, Walt Hitman. Number 88, Bell Ringer. Number 99, Sally Handsome. And number 26, Nacho Lucky Day. Give it up one more time for the Heartless Heathers. Go ahead and start now, I think.
And good evening, everybody. I'm PJ, and I have the honor of introducing to you tonight's Trans Rollers United. All right, wearing number 000, it's Booty Queen. Number 105, Artemis. Wearing number 115, it's Ragnar Roxy. Number 182, Link. Wearing number 2, it's Crusher. Wearing number 25, Hanners Bananas. Wearing number 30, Bubblegum Butch. Number 31, Captain Painway. Wearing number 4, it's Kira Duncan. Number 422, NBD. Number 47, Lapis Azuli. Wearing number 585, it's Daisy Dukes. Wearing number 602, Slam Shady. Wearing number 629, Cold Smokely. Wearing 669, it's Teeth. Ay, 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 ay. Wearing number 85, Darth. Wearing number 860, Crusher. And number 94, Smash Mouse. This is your Trans Rollers United. Give it up one more time, everybody.
All right, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us this evening. My name is Puns and Roses. I'm joined by...
Rosemary's Baby.
Should have a fun, entertaining evening for you tonight between the Heartless Heathers and Trans Rollers United on Denim Night tonight. And so, yeah, we're about ready to roll, as it were. Do forgive us in advance. Trans Rollers United has number 2 Crusher and 860 Crusher, so we are going to mess that up at some point.
There is no doubt that I will accidentally say the opposite one or call them both Crusher in various emphasis. But currently on the track, we have Sally Handsome jamming for the Heartless Heathers up against Ragnaroxy. Sally Handsome out with the jammer Ragnaroxy about a quarter lap behind.
And Sally Handsome into the pack with a quick call off.
And the first penalty of the game going to number 1313. That is Taddy for the Heartless Heathers, leaving Trans Rollers United with a pack advantage into this next jam.
And speaking of the penalty box brought to you by Rebel Heart Therapy, individual and relational therapy for Portland's Black Sheep and Unicorns.
And on our Jam on Hawthorne Jam line, we have Force Majeure up against Hanner's Bananas.
And Hanner's Bananas looking for the outside, bouncing to the inside. And Force Majeure is out as your lead jammer.
That is Hanner's Bananas with a little bit of offensive help getting out on an initial pass as the pack rolls into the far straightaway. A little bit of a side surf to the outside line with a call off. That is going to be 3 points for the Heartless Heathers, 0 for Trans Rollers United, bringing our total score 6 Heartless Heathers, 1 Trans Rollers United. And there on our Radical Wheels replay, we have that escape from the pack from Force Majeure. All right, currently on our Jam on Hawthorne Jam line, we have Darth for Trans Rollers United up against Earthquake for Heartless Heathers.
And Earthquake up to the front of the pack, but there goes Darth quickly out of the pack.
With some offensive help, Earthquake is out of the pack as Trans Rollers United tries to set up some offensive help. Big hit at the back of the pack. Darth forced to the outside line, calls it off for 3 points. If you are watching at home, feel free to chime in on the chat. We've got it pulled up on our end. We're ready to respond. Already we have some love of roller derby, some comment on the denim jackets. If you didn't know, it is Denim on Denim Night here at the hangar.
And Judge Booty issues a very quick ruling.
As Bubblegum Bush finds some open space on the inside line, a little baby apex jump. Judge Booty with a little skate on the outside. A direction of gameplay penalty going to Mayday within all of that. Pack rolls into turn 3. There's the call. 4 points on the jam for Heartless Heathers, 0 for Trans Rollers United. We got some comments in the chat. Let's go, Lapis.
Lapis Lazuli.
And some comments about Canadian Tuxedo.
Yes.
You know, Heartless Heathers are blue. Everything is Canadian Tuxedo. And a question about who's coaching the Heathers tonight. That is going to be Bonnie Thunders and Roxy Dallas are coaching the Heathers tonight. Speaking of Heathers, Tiny Danger out with lead jammer. Daisy Dukes for Trans Rollers United.
Oh, nice force out there by Bell Ringer.
Tiny Danger hitting up against the back of the Trans Rollers United tripod. And that is number 860 for Trans Rollers United.
That's Crusher, one of the Crushers.
One of the Crushers with some offensive help. Pack stretching into turn 2.
And Cone helping hold the back line. Joined now by Mayday.
NBD offering some defense with Link at the back of the pack. Daisy pushing up against the Heathers blockers at the top of the pack. Makes an escape. And there is the call off. That's going to be 4 points for the Heathers, 0 for Trans Rollers United, bringing our total score 14 Heartless Heathers, 4 Trans Rollers United. And there on our Radical Wheels replay is that offensive help from Bell Ringer, which helps move Tiny Danger up the track.
Ragnar Roxy, Sally Handsome. The replay of our first jam.
Penalty happening to number 27, Scylla. Cut track penalty going to Sally Handsome, leaving Trans Rollers United in a power full jam with Ragnar Roxy.
And Ragnar Roxy getting slowed up at the front of the pack by Fatality.
Wow, big hit at the top of the pack, and Ragnar Roxy is out with 4 points. Trans Rollers United trying to make some offensive work, pushing that pack to the top, but that is Adrenaline Crush and Fatality with a little bit of a 2-all holding Ragnar Roxy. Cut track penalty going to Mayday, blocker for the Heartless Heathers.
Good offense there coming from Colt Smokeley. But there's the long recycle and the call off.
Ragnar Roxy calls it off.
Just as Sally Hansen was released.
But scores 8 points, bringing our score closer. Heartless Heathers with one player in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, so Trans Rollers United starts with a pack advantage.
I'd like to thank our sponsors, Lionheart Kombucha and the Portland Mercury. We've got Hanner's Bananas and
that's Force
Majeure.
Hanner's Bananas against Nacho Lucky Day and Taddy at the back of the pack. With a little bit of help from Destroyevsky. NBD with some offense at the back. But Force Majeure out at the front with lead jammer.
And there's Crusher setting up at the back of the pack with NBD. Slowing down Force Majeure.
Hanner's Bananas stretching out that 2-all at the top of the pack, trying to force them forward. Getting some offensive help from number 94, Smash Mouse, at the top of the pack. Also joined by a skater whose number I cannot see, 105, Artemis. And that's going to be a star pass to Smash Mouth. That is a 2 Towns Cider House star pass. Boldly crafted, fresh pressed cider made right here in Oregon. 2 Towns Cider.
And, Smash Mouth gets a shoulder, and that jam has come to an end.
That is going to be 4 points for the Heathers on that jam, bringing their total to 18 to 12 points for Trans Rollers United.
And Amanda Lemming says, go coaches, refs, and NSOs, to which we fully agree.
Lots of love for Lapis. I hope I'm saying that right.
Lapis.
Lapis.
Yes.
I don't think that's a word I've ever said out loud before. I'm gonna be honest.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
lapis lazuli is a takeoff on lapis lazuli, which is a blue stone, which
Okay.
actually works very well for
For tonight.
tonight.
It's just one of those words I've never had to read out loud before. So showing some humility here on the stream.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's not one that you're gonna see too much outside of the art world, really.
All right, and while we're chatting, Darth with Lead Jammer for Trans Rollers United, Earthquake trying to get some offensive help from the Heartless Others, is getting caught up on the scrum of the pack, but is out on an initial. Wow. Before I could even finish what I was saying, Darth is through with 4 points and calls it off.
Yeah, Darth went through the pack like a lightsaber.
Just, what's the lightsaber noise like? Wow. I'm feeling silly tonight, so there's our replay of that Lead Jammer. The Jam Line is brought to you by Jam on Hawthorne, Portland's best vegan-friendly, booze-friendly, kid-friendly, everybody-friendly breakfast. And on that Jam Line is Bubblegum Butch for Trans Rollers United up against Judge Booty.
And Judge Booty forced out by Link. Bubblegum Butch has been assigned Lead Jammer, but was recycled.
Judge Booty getting drawn back by, it is 860.
Oh, that is Crusher.
Wow.
And little apex jump hop there.
And a two-town Cider House star pass to number 811, Walt Hitman. Jam is called. 4 points for Trans Rollers United, and our first lead change of the game. 20 points Trans Rollers United, 18 points Heartless Heathers.
And all of our Apex jumps are brought to you by Upswept Creative, ethical and inclusive websites and online marketing for radical leaders.
And there was that replay of the Upswept Creative Apex jump, helped out by NBD, offering some offense on that inside. All right, jamming on this next jam, we have Daisy Dukes up against Tiny Danger.
Tiny Danger looks for the inside lane, finds a whole lot of traffic, but that finds Kira Duncan right at the top of the pack.
Mayday trying to offer some offensive help. Kira Duncan is joined by Teeth and another Trans Rollers United blocker, number 47.
Lapis Lazuli.
That is Daisy Dukes with Lead Jammer, but is recycled to the back of the pack. All right, that is going to be an official timeout. Our timeouts are brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX. In the chat, someone is calling out that apparently Lapis Lazuli is in Minecraft, which I don't play.
Yeah, I
think
have
I'm too
never
old for that.
Played Minecraft. Sorry.
Listen, maybe to age myself, Minecraft was something that didn't become popular until I was already in high school. So I don't know. I don't know much about it, but my niece plays it, so I think.
It became popular well after I was out of high school.
Not
long
to age yourself?
after. So long after.
Someone in the chat is commenting on the fact that someone is wearing number 21, and they thought that Stan had come back. No, I think Heathers have borrowed jerseys tonight.
Yes, there
So that
are
they-
a bunch of. You'll notice that Tiny Danger is wearing Bonnie Thunder's jersey. Dostoevsky's wearing
Malicious Intentions.
Tensions jersey. Yeah.
Scylla is wearing number 27. I can't remember whose number that is
Yeah.
right at this moment, but lots of shared numbers
Yes.
tonight so that everyone can have a nice jersey. There's going to be our rosters up on the screen. There's also the non-skating official and skating official rosters. I think it's nice to give a little bit of a shout out to all of our officials, both on skates and off. So make sure to read that. They make roller derby go round.
Yes, they do make roller derby go round.
Some love for Tiny Danger in the chat. Lots of love for
Lapis
Lapis.
Lazuli.
Yeah, got Lapis Lazuli's got some fans in the audience. While we're here, I'll shout out some sponsors. 187 Killer Pads, the exclusive protective gear sponsor of RCR. 187 Killer Pads, often imitated, never duplicated. Stick with the best. I am personally a fan of 187 Killer Bats. They're all, I mean, I am, listen, Travel Team is sponsored by them, but also I would buy them myself. I love them. They're great. Protecting me since forever. All right, and as we are wrapping this up, follow and tag at Rose City Rollers on social media to stay in the loop about all things Derby in Portland. You know, show the love. Take a pic if you're at home. Take a picture of the screen you're watching on. Post it on your Instagram story. Tag Rose City Rollers. Just a suggestion. You don't have to do it. Just a thought. Some love for Painway from Sicktown and Roxy from Cherry City.
Oh. Thank you for watching from down the Willamette.
Some confusion about the jam being started
Willamette?
as Ragnar Roxy is pushing at the front of the pack. Sally Handsome getting trapped up at the back of the pack.
Oh, good offense there from Destroyevsky.
And that is Sally Handsome out with lead jammer, but Ragnar Roxy is literally on her heels, right behind.
Yeah, only about 10 feet away. Sally Hansen comes in.
Makes an attempt, calls it off. That's going to be 0 points for Trans Rollers United, 1 point currently for Heartless Heathers. Okay, so much love for Lapis in the comments. Fun fact that I feel like is worth sharing. Lapis has 20 pets, including a doggy named Miso.
All right.
I love the fun facts. If anyone else has other fun facts about other skaters, keep them going. We will keep reading them. There's some love for Kira in the chat.
Kira is fun to watch skate, both as a player and as a ref.
All right, and here's an official timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX.
And wherever you're watching from, it's probable that you live near a Derby League. Get involved. Skate, donate, volunteer, or cheer from the stands.
And check out the RCR merch at rosecityrollers.com/shop. We ship nationwide. Go get you some Heartless Heathers merch. Go get you some Rose City Rollers merch. Make it a gift for your friends and family. Just a suggestion.
Yeah, it is the holiday season.
Some love for Judge Booty, Freddie, and Anna, who is not playing tonight, but who is here and dressed in denim. Jammers of Record, Force Majeure for Heartless Others, and Hannah's Bananas for Trans Rollers United.
And Force Majeure took a big hit from Teeth, but was able to shake it off. And Freddie hanging on to Hannah's Bananas up there with Adrenaline Crush.
Adrenaline Crush drawing back Hannah's Bananas. Fatality trying to get some movement. Scylla trying to follow Hannah's Bananas out of the pack. Out of play is called. Force Majeure through with 4 points. Hannah's Bananas hot on the chase. And there is the call off. That's going to be 4 total for the Heartless Others on that jam, 0 for Trans Rollers United. That is going to bring our score 24 Heartless Others, 20 Trans Rollers United, and we have a lead change. Now, Heartless Others are in the lead.
Oh, look at that offense from Scylla there. That was a great effort, but also great defense from Trans Rollers United to close that gap up.
The Jammers of Record on the Jam on Hawthorne Jam line are Earthquake for Heartless Others up against Darth for Trans Rollers United.
And, oh, Nacho Lucky Day, great hit, slowing up the pack just long enough for Walt Hitman to get in there.
Direction of gameplay penalty going to Crusher, and that is Darth with lead jammer. Earthquake getting bumped to the inside line, takes the cap off, looking for a stash, is through on an initial as Darth is entering on a scoring pass. Darth getting bumped towards the inside line. 3 points before the call off. That is going to be 23 points total for Trans Rollers United, 24 for the Heartless Others. Some love in the chat for Hanners Bananas. Just everyone. Someone says that Robot Factory says my daughter is cheering for Daisy Dukes tonight. One of her coaches, go Coach Daisy. And a shout out for Go Walt for her first game with the Heathers, and a Yas Teeth.
And, oh, Tiny Danger. Oh, love that great offensive help from Freddie. Booty Queen playing offense there for Bubblegum Butch.
Bubblegum Butch has stashed the star. Kira Duncan trying to make some defense on Tiny Danger. Force out by number 31 for Trans Rollers United. That's Captain Painway.
Oh, that's a good name. I just got that.
There's the call off from Tiny Danger. 0 points for Trans Rollers United. Waiting for points from the Heartless Heathers. WSL Leadership Coaching. Learn how to transform interpersonal conflict into organizational justice at wslleadership.com.
And this timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX.
There is a question. Is there a reason I'm assuming that is Wheels versus Justice game is so early in the season? Isn't it usually towards the end of the season? I'm
No,
assuming
it's actually usually
towards
towards
the
the beginning of the season.
Usually it's the first, so like as someone who skates on the team, usually it's the first person, or it's the first game of the season. We try to have it prior to all of our tournaments, but because this is like a Hydra year, and the championship is going to be earlier than November, the whole season kind of got pushed back a month, so I think it's kind of a month earlier than you're anticipating. Okay, so the result of that official timeout is that Tiny Danger is in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, and Daisy Dukes has a powerful jam.
So this is an opportunity for Trans Roller United to even the score, or perhaps get a lead change, but
Wow, big hit
Heathers
from
are
NBD.
not making it easy. Yeah, MBT's. Oh. That was a star loss, not, I think, an intentional pull.
Destroyevsky, Bellringer, Cone, and Walt Hitman making strong defense on Daisy Dukes as Tiny Danger returns from the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, eligible for lead jammer still.
And track cut, sending Daisy Dukes to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
And that is Tiny Danger with lead jammer, forced out at the top of the pack by number, I believe that is
That was
105 Artemis.
Definitely some confusion.
Happening. Walt Hitman drawing. Daisy Dukes to the back of the pack. No pack is called. Okay. So some continued confusion. Another Heartless Heathers blocker going to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, leaving Walt Hitman by herself on the track, trying to help out Tiny Danger in this powerful jam.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what was happening there with Daisy Dukes.
Tiny Danger with a short whip off of Walt Hitman is through with 4 points. There was the penalty on Daisy Dukes, and then also 3 Heartless Heathers blocker penalties that all kind of happened at the same time while we were trying to figure out what was happening. So, you know, it's one of those ones for the replay where you'd have to go back and watch. Tiny Danger puts up an additional 4 points on that jam, 8 total for Heartless Heathers, 0 for Trans Rollers United. Is this going to be the short whip on the Radical Wheels replay? I sure hope it is. Yes, it is. The short whip. Wow. You got to love it.
Yeah.
And there is an official timeout. I'm assuming to figure out what was happening with those penalties, but this timeout is brought to you by Welcome to PDX, RCR's official realtor. Looks like, I believe it's Mama Danger commenting that Tiny Danger is making her first appearance as a Heartless Other tonight and showcasing her athletic jeans, but jeans is spelled the denim way. I appreciate the joke.
Yes, as do I. Porque No Taqueria is the sunniest place in Portland, voted best tacos and Mexican food in PDX.
And a comment that Artemis is one of the most gracious people ever, just a super nice person. And then a comment on that solo block, so Walt solo blocking with the shorts whip, solo offensing. Pretty incredible, if I do say so myself. All right, so as a result of that official timeout, Shrimp and Roll, who was the Shrimp and Roll has headed over to the Trans Rollers United bench and is having some sort of conversation, so we'll see what's happening. And as a result, there is nothing in particular, so gameplay is going to continue as usual. On the Jam on Hawthorne Jam line, we have a familiar matchup of Sally Handsome up against Ragnaroxy.
And Sally Handsome looks for an outside lane, gets it courtesy of a great block from Freddie.
Ragnaroxy has pulled the cap in a star stash as Sally Handsome crashes through the pack. Exit hit from Kira Duncan, through with 4 points.
Ragnaroxy's still looking for an exit, but that back of the pack defense from Scylla and
Adrenaline Crush.
yeah, that is just brutal.
Bratmobile at the front of the pack, giving Sally Handsome some offense, springing them for another 4 points. That is Scylla and Bratmobile and Adrenaline Crush at the top of the pack, making defense. Sally Handsome with an additional 4 points.
And Ragnaroxy almost got the start at Kira, but just wasn't able to complete that handoff.
That is Teeth and Lapis Lazuli trying to make some defense in the back, joined by the brace, but Sally Handsome sneaks by, through on another scoring pass.
Teeth was looking for a track cut there, but did not get the call.
Kira Duncan trying to get the cap pass now, as Sally Handsome enters on an additional scoring pass. Moving through the pack, exit hit by Teeth, and Ragnaroxy threw on an initial.
And Bratmobile heading to the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box on a direction of play penalty.
Sally Handsome hitting into the pack. Heartless Others opting to continue this jam.
I mean, they've already gotten 16 points already.
Presumably to free their blocker from the penalty box, burn as much time as possible. 2 points on the jam for Trans Rollers United, and that's going to be an additional 4 points for Heartless Others, bringing the total on the jam to 20. Game total, 55 Heartless Others, 25 Trans Rollers United. There is a shout out on the chat about how much Breadpool looks like a lonely cowboy in black jam timing, and how people are not recognizing him with long sleeves on.
I mean,
I agree.
He does have a very distinctive set of tattoos that you can't see with, sleeves.
We've got the zoom in on Breadpool here. He's going to hate this later, by the way, because he's definitely going to watch this later. He has come back and commented and been like, wow, you have announced penalties that I missed in games. And I'm like, sorry, dude. He's going to watch it back. We're going to have a laugh about it. He probably doesn't think he looks like a cowboy.
I want to be a cowboy.
We're just chatting. This is a team timeout brought to you by Welcome to PDX. Trans Rollers United taking a very timely team timeout. We have been chatting and laughing about the cowboy comment, so we haven't had a chance to mention that. But good timeout by Trans Rollers United. It's always a great timeout time. 10 minutes left in the half. I've always said this is a great time for a timeout, especially because that's when people start figuring out the game and things start opening up. And as we saw, 20-point jam, it's a great time for a timeout.
Yeah, you want to break that momentum and give your team a chance to sort of reset.
That is Force Majeure out as lead jammer, as Hanners Bananas is working up against the back of Nacho Lucky Day, Taddy, and an additional Heartless Heathers blocker.
Oh, yeah, good offense there from the bell ringer.
Nacho at the top of the pack.
Oh, good
Big
hit
out.
from Smash Mouse.
And there is the call off. That's going to be 4 points for Heartless Heathers, 0 for Trans Rollers United on that jam. The chat is calling out that I said, sorry, dude. We all have at this league a great relationship with our refs. We talk to them a lot. We're always chatting, always asking questions during scrimmage nights. So, you know, always great to hear. Jammers of record, Earthquake for Heartless Heathers up against Darth for Trans Rollers United.
And Earthquake gets recycled there by Booty Queen and company at the back of the pack. Now trying to push past Booty Queen and Teeth.
Okay, some falls on the inside line, and that is going to be a penalty.
Earthquake has lost the cap.
Penalty going to Captain Painway. Darth out with lead jammer. Earthquake with a star stash. Or a lost cap? Question mark? Lost cap.
Yep.
Okay, Earthquake should go back for the cap, in my personal opinion. Darth hits the pack.
Oh, Darth didn't have to call that because Earthquake didn't have a cap. You can't score without the cap.
You could have kept going. I would have probably, if I was coaching, I would have been like, let's go!
Just go!
All right, AAA exclusive protective gear sponsor of RCR, elevating derby safety standards with cutting-edge technology, 888. Heartless Heathers with the pack advantage, and Judge Booty out with lead jammer as Bubblegum Butch is fighting up against the back of the Heartless Heathers blockers.
Oof, Nacho Lucky Day digging in. Oh, great. Two-town sider out star pass there.
And that is going to be a star pass to Crusher. Judge Booty through with 4 points, opts to call it off. 4 points Heartless Heathers, 0 for Trans Rollers United. 1 Trans Rollers United player standing in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box going into this next jam.
Ritual Dyes is Portland's local yarn shop with hand-dyed yarn, tools, and more. Owned by Bud's parent and Wrecker Skater.
And on our Jam on Hawthorne Jam Lane, we have Tiny Danger and an official timeout brought to you by Welcome to PDX. As Bubblegum Butch is put in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box at the end of that jam, giving Heartless Heathers a powerful start. This power jam is brought to you by the Menopause Unicorn, a new nonfiction book available now on Amazon.
So this is indeed a power jam for the Heathers. Tiny Danger starting all alone.
And a pivot line start. That's a rarity. Oh, wow.
Big hit. And then a
Big hit by number 629.
That was Cold Smokely.
Wow.
And then Freddie Herfury just cleared Cold Smokely out of there.
Freddie Herfury just clearing Kira Duncan to the inside. That is going to be, I believe that's Cold Smokely again at the top of the pack, trying to make some work. Tiny Danger now scoring.
And
Has scored 4 points. Looking for more.
Lapis Asuli stuck at the back of the pack. Now able to get free.
Cold Smokely trying to offer some offensive help to Bubblegum Butch. Pack stretches out into the turn 2. And that is Tiny Danger through with points as Bubblegum Butch sneaks by on the outside on an initial. After a hit, there's the call off. No additional points going to Heartless Heathers. 8 total on the jam, 0 for Trans Rollers United.
Sasquatch HR, making nonprofit and small business workplaces better. SasquatchHR.org.
And on our Jam on Hawthorne Jam line, we have Daisy Dukes up against Force Majeure. Smush through the top of the pack, fighting up against Link, and I believe
Daisy Dukes is your lead jammer.
it's Daisy Dukes with lead jammer.
Force Majeure about a quarter track behind.
And BD trying to make some offensive help at the top of the pack. Daisy Dukes spins around. Destroyevsky at the back of the pack picks up 1 point. 27 points total for Trans Rollers United, 71 for Heartless Heathers. There is a shout out in the chat about the massive hit on Tiny from that powerful jam.
That was,
From Cold Smokely. That was literally like hitting a brick wall.
Yeah, that was.
Lead jammer to Sally Handsome. Ragnaroxy approaching. Jam is called.
Just 1 point. Great defense there by Trans Rollers United.
And at the end of the jam, Lapis Asuli picks up a penalty, giving Heartless Heathers a pack advantage for the start of this next jam.
Buffalo Gap Saloon and Eatery is John's Landing's favorite eatery and saloon.
And on our Jam on Hawthorne Jam line, we have Hanners Bananas up against Earthquake.
And one skater in that Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
Earthquake out with lead jammer as Hanners Bananas taken out to the outside by Nacho Lucky Day. Taddy with a force out to the inside.
Oh, that's
Going to be a cut track penalty
Yep.
for Hanners Bananas. Artemis at the top of the pack with that hit out on Earthquake. Smash Mouse drawing Earthquake all the way to the back of the pack.
and Earthquake looking to shake up that
Out of
front wall.
Out of play is Call. Trans Rollers United trying to set up some defense in the far straightaway as Heartless Heathers opting to goat one player. They send a sweep, and that is Earthquake with a little bit of a tiptoe and out on a scoring pass with 4 points.
Picking up 4 more points.
Hanners Bananas standing in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. Earthquake hitting into Lapis Asuli, into Artemis, who bumps Quake to the inside line.
And Hanners Bananas is back on the track.
And a direction of gameplay penalty going to Destroyevsky. Another penalty being called in the pack. Direction of gameplay going to Crusher.
Crusher.
Earthquake out on another scoring pass. As Hanners Bananas has pulled the star.
But
they're-
Crusher is in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, so no one to pass to.
20 more seconds left in this jam.
Taddy with some offense as Earthquake is up against Smash Mouse and Artemis at the top of the pack. Just as Destroyevsky returns from the penalty box, the jam is called. 15 total points going to Heartless Heathers, 0 for Trans Rollers United, bringing our total score 87 for Heartless Heathers, 27 for Trans Rollers United.
Interpersonal conflict and organizational justice.
Donate now. If you've got money that's burning a hole in your pocket, make a tax-deductible donation to your favorite 8-wheeled nonprofit at rosecityrollers.com/donate. And we are in the gift guide.
Yes, we are.
Jammers of record is Judge Booty and Darth. Darth playing some jammer defense on Judge Booty. Gets bumped out by Scylla. Big hit from Teeth to the outside.
And wow.
That is Darth through with lead jammer.
Darth has been great on lead jam so far tonight.
Darth with a hit out from Judge Booty. Is opting, rather than get drawn back, is opting to skate on the outside of the pack. to avoid the hit out.
That's different.
Hey, I've never seen it before, but honestly, I support. And a one hand on the inside and through for 4 points. Judge Booty looking for cat pass. Teeth putting in some defensive work. Wow. Duck to the outside, and Darth is through for another 4 points. And there is that cat pass to Scylla.
And Darth going airborne.
That was a Upswept Creative Apex jump, ethical and inclusive websites and online marketing for radical leaders. And that was a Two-Town Star Pass brought to you by Two-Town Cider House, boldly crafted fresh pressed cider made right here in Oregon. After that hit out, Darth picks up an additional point. Jam is called. 13 total points for Trans Rollers United, bringing their total score to 40. And that was the change that Trans Rollers United needed. And that is an official review called by the Heartless Heathers, called by Bonnie Thunders. And if I'm going to bet anything, it's going to be on Darth
Going outside.
around.
Yeah.
I'm betting it's that.
Because you're supposed to come in behind the person that.
But I'm not sure if there is. Yeah, I believe that if Darth skates up past the engagement zone and re-enters, it's technically still behind. It's the same thing like if you get hit out to the inside, you can technically just skate through the center to the opposite side of the track to go around.
Right.
So there's no reason why, if you're not entering in an engagement zone, that would be a cut.
But then Darth did get 4 points on that pass.
No, because Darth had to re-enter and complete that whole pass to get the points. So there were no points like being held up as Darth was skating around, which meant that like there was still just the lead after the hit out. Darth skated in and completed the pass. So because of going around, I think it's fine. I've never seen it before, but I think it's fine. To me, it feels the same as when skaters skate through the center to the opposite side of the track to avoid a drawback. So for that reason, I don't know why there would be an issue, but we will find out.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see what Shrimp and Roll says.
I like to think I know the rules pretty well, so I feel like this one I've never seen before, so we'll see how it goes. There is some chat in that official review. 37 seconds left on the period 1 game clock. Yeah, and there is a comment on the chat that says, might as well ask and get a timeout. I also agree. Listen, with your official reviews, if you don't use them, you lose them. So you might as well take the official review because worst case, you don't win. But you stop the clock, so.
Yeah, and you're getting, instead of a 1 minute timeout, at this point you're up to a 2.5 minute timeout.
And, last chance to use it, so you might as well do it. I'm a big fan of you might as well use it, so, we'll see what Shrimp says.
Or is Shrimp not going to say anything?
Shrimp is not saying anything. But nothing has changed, so.
Shrimp, you're supposed to tell us.
I mean, we'll see if we find out the half, but because no one's going to the penalty box, I assume that it was a failed review. And we'll move on to this jam, which has Tiny Danger jamming for Heartless Others, but Bubblegum Butch is out with lead jammer. Tiny Danger quickly behind. Foot race.
Close. Oh, and Tiny Danger is on Bubblegum Butch's heels.
Foot race all the way half a lap into turn 3. Bubblegum Butch.
Oh, no.
Denied an apex jump on that inside.
That was Cone.
Heartless Others pick up 2 points. We're waiting to see how many points that Trans Rollers United picks up. And both teams opt to let the game clock run down, which means that is the end of the half.
All right.
Waiting to see the points on that, but the jam ref has not turned to look, so I am going to presume 0 points on that.
I don't think, I think Cone was able to prevent the landing, so.
So 89 points Heartless Others, 40 points Trans Rollers United going into this halftime, 11 penalties for Heartless Others, 6 for Trans Rollers United. So we'll see how it shakes out in the second half.
Yeah, we'll see you then. Go grab yourself a two-town cider at the from your fridge, and we'll see you soon.
Once again, everybody.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Inquiry number 80393, company is Seba Guide.
All right, welcome back to the second half of the Heartless Heathers versus Trans Rollers United. Let's take a look at the penalties and things like that. So, Heartless Heathers with 11 penalties. Nobody in any trouble. 2 for Mayday, 2 for Dostoyevsky, 1's across the board.
And for Trans Rollers United, Crusher's got 2. Nobody else with more than 1. 6 total.
So, pretty low penalties so far. I feel like it's been pretty clean. That being said, there's always a second half.
Some silence for some technical difficulties here. And we're going to announce the raffle winners very loudly.
Looks like we are waiting for the raffle announcement, and then
Pink ticket.
so, there's always something going on here at the hangar. We're going to zoom back in on Breadpool and Breadpool's outfit again. I went and spoke to him, and he gave direct permission to talk about his clothing. So, shout out. Just wanted to make sure like the ribbing was in good nature. He's got to look fancy.
That ticket again is 383-392, and we've got a winner!
Woohoo!
All right, we've got our raffle winner, and while we're waiting for the game to start, want to get your brand in front of thousands of passionate Derby fans and support this awesome league? Check out all the sponsorship opportunities at rosecityrollers.com/sponsor to find out more.
And also, check out more roller derby. We got our juniors champions doubleheader coming up tomorrow.
It's going to be exciting. I'm coaching both games.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So come cheer on the Bad Apples. First champs appearance basically since COVID happened. And cheer on the Rainbow Bites. We're kind of an up-and-coming spry team. We're trying to make it happen, so come cheer us on.
Yeah, good luck. That's awesome.
And while we're chatting, Sally Handsome with lead jammer Daisy Dukes pulling the cap at the back of the pack, stuck on Adrenaline Crush and Bramobile. Offensive help from NBD.
And
Sally Handsome entering the pack.
yep, getting offensive help as well from Brat.
Slam Shady making some work happen in the pack. And dropped Star. Freddie Her Fury with a drawback.
Daisy Dukes looking for any way to get to the front of the pack, but finding Adrenaline Crush instead.
Little high step up the inside line. Jam is called off. 8 points total for Heartless Heathers on that jam. 0 for Trans Rollers United. Are you in the Portland area and want roller skating fun brought to you? Book RCR Skatemobile for your next block party. Go to rosecityrollers.com for details.
Little jammer fist bump there between Force Majeure and Roxy.
Some new jammer matchups compared to the first half. So we'll see how some of these turn out. Roxy moving through the center of the pack. Force Majeure up against the Trans Rollers United pivot. That's number 629, Cold Smokely. Drive to the inside by Cone. And that's a forearm penalty going to Cone, and that is a lead jammer going to Roxy.
And Teeth with the drawback, forced out by Nacho Lucky Day.
Roxy up the inside line for 4 points.
Juking onto the end, picking up 4 points.
And that is a two-town cider star pass to Nacho Lucky Day. Boldly crafted fresh press cider made right here in Oregon. That is 2 Towns cider.
And Taddy with the great force out, and there's the call off.
That is going to be an additional 3 points to Trans Rollers United. 7 total for Trans Rollers United, 0 for Heartless Heathers after that star pass. And I just want to say, Roxy came and played when Southern Oregon played the Wreckers for the Exploding Whale game.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was a month ago or 2 months ago.
And I was trying to remember, but I was a big fan of Roxy then. Happy to see her again.
Oh, wow. Great footwork there by Judge Booty.
Judge Booty out with lead jammer. Bubblegum Butch pulling the hat at the back of the pack, getting caught up on Adrenaline Crush and Bratmobile. Cone with some offense in the back of the pack.
Is that Scylla?
Yeah, draw back by Scylla, and Judge Booty is through with 4 points. NBD trying to make the difference in the back of the pack. Bubblegum Butch star pass to Crusher. That is a 2-town Cider House star pass.
And Crusher looks for the outside lane. Oh,
Bubblegum Butch pulling some double duty and blocking at the top of the pack. Pack is stretching out of play being called in the back.
it's going to be an out of play call.
Jam is called.
Maybe?
8 total points for Heartless Heathers. 0 points for Trans Rollers United after the star pass. 105 Heartless Heathers, 47 Trans Rollers United. Roller Derby is more than a sport. Help keep Roller Derby accessible by donating. Find out more at rosecityrollers.com.
Hanners Bananas in the white. Earthquake.
Earthquake up against the back of Teeth. Teeth making that defensive work. Exit hit by, looks like Artemis, but that is Earthquake out with lead jammer. Back block penalty going to Colt Smokeley.
That's unfortunate because now there's no possible star pass for Hanners Bananas.
Trans Rollers United trying to make some offensive help. In turn 2, forming a tripod at the back of the pack. Walt Hitman trying to offer some offensive help for Earthquake.
Earthquake has to recycle, though.
Earthquake hitting up against Teeth.
And now Captain Painway and company taking over at the front.
Big hit to the inside by 000 Booty Queen. And a foreign penalty for that hit.
And there's the call off. 3 points on that pass.
7 total for Heartless Heathers. 1 player for Trans Rollers United in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. On the Jam on Hawthorne Jam line, we have Tiny Danger up against Darth.
Well, this will be a fun matchup to see during the adult home team season that's coming up starting in January.
Darth moving to the outside, sliding up the inside, meeting up against Nacho Lucky Day at the top of the pack. Multiplayer penalty going to someone. Darth through with lead jammer. Tiny Danger with a little skip up the inside line. And that is going to be fatality with the multiplayer block. Darth getting bumped to the outside by Adrenaline Crush. To the inside. Opts to continue the jam. 1 hand down on the inside as Tiny Danger re-enters. Tiny Danger getting blocked up by her own players.
And Freddie Herfury and company just not giving Darth anywhere to go. And just as I say that, Darth
falling through the
crawls
pack.
through the pack.
4 points going to Darth and Trans Rollers United as we have a drawback on Tiny Danger. Darth hitting against that Heartless Heathers tripod. Offensive help at the top of the pack. 2 offense coming.
That's Slam Shady trying to break up that tripod.
And it's also number 2, Crusher. Repeated drawbacks at the back of the pack for Tiny Danger. Darth squeezes along the inside line. Opts to call it off. 3 additional points for Trans Rollers United. 4 points total for Heartless Heathers. That is a 7-4 jam. Heartless Heathers with 116 total on the game. Trans Rollers United with 54.
Black Cat Plumbing, your local neighborhood plumbing company and a proud sponsor of RCR since forever.
And on our Jam on Hawthorne Jam line, we have Daisy Dukes up against Sally Handsome. Sally Handsome moving to the outside line, getting caught up by Teeth and Kira Duncan. Teeth and Kira Duncan trying to work to slow down Sally Handsome as
Lapis Lazuli bridges.
out of play is called in the front. Sally Handsome with lead jammer. Taddy with the drawback. Cap has been pulled by Daisy Dukes.
Bell Ringer joins that back tripod.
Lapis Azuli trying to get some offensive movement happening at the back of the pack, and that is a two-town Cider House star pass to Kira Duncan. That is, as Sally Handsome enters the pack, an additional point, some conference from the refs. 5 points total for Heathers on that jam, 0 for Trans Rollers United after the star pass. Just want to shout out some league sponsors, Menopause Northwest and Portland Vital Signs. And an official timeout brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX. I'm assuming that they're conferring about the points or the contact or something at the end of that jam, considering the Heathers jam ref was a part of that.
Yeah, I
And
would guess that as well.
looks like Sally Handsome is taking a seat in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, so I presume they are giving a low block for that end of jam contact, hitting into Walt Hitman and then falling and then tripping a skater. So this gives Trans Rollers United a powerful jam, and they are fielding Ragnar Roxy. Trans Rollers United trying to offer some offensive help. NBD giving some help, and that's Ragnar Roxy with a tiptoe on the outside for lead jammer.
Great offense there from Trans Rollers United.
Trans Rollers United trying to make something happen.
Oh, great hit out by Freddie and a long recycle.
There's the out-of-play call in the back. And rather than continue, Ragnar Roxy is choosing to call it off. That is going to be 1 point for Trans Rollers United. Sally Handsome is still in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, and Trans Rollers United is starting in another power jam. Rose City Rollers has games all year round. Head to rosecityrollers.com to check out the schedule and get tickets to the next game. Tomorrow is a doubleheader, and our home team season starts in January.
And here comes Sally Handsome out of the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
Bubblegum Butch, the jammer for Trans Rollers United. Sally Handsome up against Kira Duncan and Teeth. Kira Duncan and Teeth trying to make some defensive work at the top of the pack. The no pack is called. Penalty going at the back of the pack to Nacho Lucky Day, and that is Sally Handsome with lead jammer.
Bubblegum Butch working against the front tripod, getting some offensive help from Lapis Azuli.
Matt, doesn't matter being the ref that he is, pulls back that penalty from Nacho Lucky Day as there was a pack established in the back of the pack. So, big hit on the inside. Sally Handsome opts to call it off. 4 points total for Heartless Heathers, 0 for Trans Rollers United.
Roller derby is more than a sport. Help keep roller derby accessible by donating to our...
You can be a part of this rad community by volunteering with Rose City Rollers. Go to rosecityrollers.com/volunteer.
And behind that jam on Hawthorne jam line, we've got Force Majeure and I believe Hanners Bananas.
Force Majeure up against Link with some offensive help from Scylla, out with lead jammer, as Hanners Bananas is up against the back of Freddy Her Fury and Adrenaline Crush.
And the cap has come off. Slam Shady. Providing a little offensive help. And there's the two-town Cider House star pass. Read perfectly by Scylla.
Slam Shady, now the jammer of record for Trans Rollers United, as Force Mature out for 4 points. An out of play penalty going to NBD. Slam Shady trying to play some jammer on jammer defense. And rather than even entertain that, Force Mature calls it off. 4 points, 5 points total for Heartless Heathers, 0 for Trans Rollers United after that star pass.
And more importantly, leaving NBD in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
This means that Heartless Heathers will start with a with a pack advantage, as Darth for Trans Rollers United skates up against Judge Booty for Heartless Heathers.
Oh, wow. Darth with the incredible footwork.
Judge Booty pushes out and lead jammer at the top of the pack. Darth tiptoes on the inside line, is through on an initial.
Judge Booty. Oh, great footwork to stay in bounds.
And that jam ran long enough that NBD is out of the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, meaning a full pack for both sides. 4 total points for Heartless Heathers on that jam. Game total 135 Heartless Heathers, 55 Trans Rollers United.
Keep the good times rolling after the game. Come be yourself at Good Bar, the official bar of the Rose City Rollers.
On our jammers a record, Earthquake for Heartless Heathers up against Daisy Dukes for Trans Rollers United. Pack stretching up to the top. Earthquake hits into Link at the top of the pack and is through with lead jammer as Daisy Dukes has pulled the cap. He's looking for a stash or a pass. Earthquake getting hit by number 94, Smash Mouse.
And is that Link? That is Link taking over. Oh, wow. Earthquake just slides past.
It is a 2-town Cider House star pass to Crusher. Quake sees that, decides to call it off. 4 points for Heartless Heathers, 0 for Trans Rollers United on that jam. Want to shout out some more league sponsors, Trailhead Credit Union and Secret Aardvark. On our Jam on Hawthorne Jam line, we have Tiny Danger for Heartless Heathers up against Ragnaroxy for Trans Rollers United, and we have
an official timeout.
Official timeout for. I'm trying to look. It looks like there is someone with a towel wiping the track off camera. There. Now the camera has panned to the attempt. I think, sometimes when you get, sometimes things happen on the track, whether it be like water or sweat. If you're real sweaty and you fall, sometimes there's sweat. And sweat and wheels don't mix, I'm going to be honest. They really don't.
No, that seems like a really bad combination.
Did you say wheelie bad?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Sorry.
I like that one. That was funny. Ragnaroxy fighting up against all 4 Heartless Heathers blockers at the top of the pack.
Great offense from Captain Painway.
1 foot out with lead jammer for Ragnaroxy. Tiny Danger has pulled the cap, hits up against Teeth. Ragnaroxy with speed. Wow. Like a 1 foot save.
Another 1 foot save.
He's fighting up against Bellringer at the top of the pack. Bellringer putting in that one-on-one defensive work. Wow. As a star pass has gone to Walt Hitman. That is a 2-town Cider House star pass.
Yeah, Bellringer was just not letting anything through.
And a cut track penalty going to Teeth at the top of the pack. Big falls at the back of the pack. Oh, wait, that's a forearm penalty going to Teeth, not a cut track.
Yeah, Ragnaroxy just tried to run through Tiny Danger.
Walt Hitman out on an initial pass. Ragnaroxy trying to make things happen. Wow. Big offensive clear on the inside line by 000 Booty Queen. A penalty whistle. That is a forearm going to Taddy. And Walt Hitman was actively scoring, so it's going to be 4 total points for Trans Rollers United, 3 points for Heartless Heathers, 1 Heartless Heathers blocker sitting in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box, 1 Trans Rollers United blocker standing in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
I love seeing Pivot score when they get the cap pass.
As a pivot who takes cap passes, I don't like having to score, I'm going to be honest. I mean, it's part of the job, but I'm jamming not voluntarily.
Yeah, but once you've got the start, don't you just want to score and like make it worthwhile?
That is true. I do love scoring. Sally Handsome, jammer of record for Heartless Heathers. Bubblegum Butch, jammer for Trans Rollers United. Bubblegum Butch through with lead jammer. Sally Handsome fighting at the back of the pack up against NBD. Hit to the outside. Bubblegum Butch flying into the pack with speed. Delivered to the inside by Fatality. Opposite call it off. 3 total points for Bubblegum Butch, 0 for Heartless Heathers. I will say, in all fairness, after I do take a star pass, sometimes I'm too tired that I'm like, don't keep this going for too long, but it is nice to score. It is fun. Maybe a little apex jump, make it easy for myself.
Oh, there you go.
You know, just fly on through. There's that 5 seconds call. We have Force Majeure for Heartless Heathers up against Hanners Bananas for Trans Rollers United.
And great offense to give Force Majeure a lane.
And
Kier Duncan was not able to contain.
Force Majeure lead jammer, Hanners Bananas with a 2-town Cider House star pass to Cold Smokely.
And Cold Smokely getting hung up, but is able to power past Bell Ringer.
Out of play call at the top of the pack, and that call off coming from Force Majeure. 4 points for Heartless Heathers, 0 for Trans Rollers United. And I do want to shout out, there are some comments in the chat. Darth dancing through the pack, almost literally. Pretty common for Darth, I feel like. The Kira and Walt battle up front. I did appreciate that from when Walt took that cat pass.
Oh, yeah.
And Bubblegum Butch is almost acrobatic. Some love for that. And I do have to agree.
All right, next up we've got Judge Booty in the blue. Darth. Speaking of Darth. Oh, wow, Darth
Shoving.
crawling over Link.
Wow, big hit on the outside against Adrenaline Crush. Wow, another big hit, and Darth is wanting that lead jammer, earns the lead jammer. Judge Booty has pulled the hat. Another exit hit from Smash Mouse as Darth is entering on a scoring pass.
Darth was just not being denied.
Darth trying to move the hips forward. 2 points for Darth and Trans Rollers United on that jam. 0 points for Heartless Heathers. Here is that replay of that big hit for Adrenaline Crush, and then that additional big hit on Bratmobile. Sometimes you just gotta hit to make it happen. Jamming isn't all fancy footwork. Sometimes it's bowling everybody over.
I was most impressed by that second hit because Darth did not have a whole lot of run-up before hitting Brat and just
annihilating. On this jam, Earthquake with lead jammer, Daisy Dukes being drawn back by Wall Hitman and Nacho Lucky Day.
And Kira Duncan has picked up the cap that was dropped.
Earthquake being like a little ping pong ball, getting bounced through the pack, through for 4 points.
And Kira Duncan taking the cap on a 2-town Cider House star pass.
Earthquake calling it off, an additional 4 points, bringing the total for Heathers to 8 on that jam, 0 for Trans Rollers United. Although I was maybe a little excited to see that jam go a little longer. Let Kira Duncan jam, is what I'm saying, from up here.
Kira Duncan is fun to watch jam.
Kira moves like water, so it's really, I want to see her jam for that reason. Just a lot of fluidity. Jammers of record, we have Tiny Danger up against Bubblegum Butch. Both trying for the middle. Bubblegum Butch through with lead jammer. Tiny Danger getting a shirt whip off of Scylla. Everyone jumping over a down skater. Link and NBD at the top of the pack. offering some defense against Tiny Danger.
And, oh wow, Adrenaline Crush and Freddy just trying to pancake Bubblegum Butch.
Bubblegum Butch fighting up against Freddy Her Fury, Scylla, and Fatality at the top of the pack. Adrenaline Crush trying to make some offense happen. That is a 2-town Cider House star pass to Scylla, and a call off coming from Bubblegum Butch. That is 4 points for Trans Rollers United, 0 for Heartless Heathers.
Butch still getting a full 4 points on that jam.
187 killer pads, industrial strength materials, unmatched ergonomic design, unparalleled excellence, 187 killer pads, the exclusive protective gear sponsor of RCR.
Next up, Sally Handsome and
That's Ragnaroxy.
Yes. Ragnaroxy looking to just go straight up the middle,
Through with Lead Jammer.
and that worked out perfectly.
Sally Handsome getting caught up. Pile of bodies in the turn. A forearm penalty going to number 31, Captain Painway, as Ragnaroxy threw for 4 points. Sally Handsome squeaking by the inside for an initial pass.
And here comes Ragnaroxy.
Ragnaroxy gets bounced around, opts to call it off. That is going to be an additional 2 points. So that's going to be 6 points total for Trans Rollers United, 0 for Heartless Heathers. I feel like, you know, Trans Rollers United maybe started a little bit timid in this half, but in the last 10-ish minutes of gameplay have really upped the physicality.
Oh, yeah.
Really been earning lead jammers, trying to change the tide to some capacity. Currently trying to change that is Hanners Bananas and Force Majeure.
And, oh, one to beat. Oh,
Force Majeure
Hanners
with-
Bananas.
That's Force Majeure with lead jammer, but Hanners Bananas up against at the top of the pack. Big fall in the far straightaway.
Oof.
NBD landing a hit at the back of the pack.
And the recycle on. Oh, both jammers getting recycled there.
Offense from Scylla breaks up that wall. Call off. 4 points for Force Majeure, 0 for Trans Rollers United. 888, more Derby-specific gear than any other brand. 888 has you covered. An exclusive gear sponsor of RCR.
Next up, Judge Booty. And,
That is Darth.
yeah, I believe that is Darth.
Jam is on. Darth getting some offensive help from
Wow.
on the inside from Lapis Asuli. Lead jammer almost instantly. Judge Booty has pulled the hat but meets the chest of Teeth. Darth getting drawn back.
And
A stop block going to Teeth at the top of the pack.
that's only Teeth's second.
So not bad. Darth getting bumped to the inside, opts to call it off. That's going to be 2 points total for Trans Rollers United, 0 for Heartless Heathers on that jam. 1 Trans Rollers United skater in the Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box.
Which has not seen a lot of action. Only 27 total penalties.
It's been pretty slow in this second half. Heartless Heathers entered the second half with, I think, 12?
11, I believe.
11? And
11 to 6.
it was 11-6, and now it's 15-12. So
Yeah.
we haven't really been putting up any penalties. This team timeout that the Heartless Heathers have called is brought to you by RCR's official realtor. Welcome to PDX. And there is our penalty board.
Yeah. No one with more than 2 penalties.
Everything is very spread out across the board, which I do feel like is if you're going to have penalties, it's the best way to have it.
Yeah, these are two high-quality teams that are just playing great together, or playing.
Yeah, it's a great game together.
Yeah.
The score might have some separation, but this game is hard-hitting. Lots of exciting moments. Really good skating across the board.
Donate $10 or more on a big give day and get a chance to win an incredible prize while supporting the Rose City Rollers.
All right. On this next jam, we have Daisy Dukes jamming up against, for the first time tonight, Scylla.
And there goes Scylla. And Scylla just powers through that defense.
Daisy Dukes has pulled the cap, trying to get some offensive help from Link on the outside. Meets up against, looks like Judge Booty. It looks like that is a Heather's all jammer wall. Now that I'm looking.
That is an all jammer wall.
That's Judge Booty, that's Tiny Danger, Force Majeure,
and Earthquake. Yeah. That's fun.
That's fun. I love that. You know, jammers never get to block, so you might as well give them a little bit of time. Scylla through for 4 points. Opposite call it off. 4 points total for Heartless Others on that jam. 0 for Trans Rollers United. We are stoked to be a part of Willamette Week's end-of-year fundraising campaign, Give Guide. Donate $10 or more on a big give day and get a chance to win an incredible prize while supporting the Rose City Rollers. Head to the Give Guide website to find our campaign page and learn more.
And they're off. Oh, wow. Riding to Roxy just took advantage of a huge block on the outside.
Sally Handsome finds a hop on that inside line for an initial pass. Ragnaroxy to the outside. Opposite call it off after a hit out. A little bit of acrobatics in the back of the pack. 2 points total for Trans Rollers United, 0 for Heartless Heathers on that jam. And there's that Radical Wheels replay of that very quick lead jammer.
Yeah, big credit there to both of those blockers for Trans Rollers.
On the Jam on Hawthorne jam line, we have Earthquake up against Bubblegum Butch.
Trans Rollers trying to create a lane in the middle. Oh, shirt whip.
Earthquake getting a shirt whip off of Freddie Herfier for the lead jammer. Bubblegum Butch has pulled the hat. Is looking perhaps for a star pass. That is a 2-town Cider House star pass to Crusher.
And there's a call off.
Earthquake says, I don't want to jam anymore. Calls
Yeah.
it off. 4 points for Heartless Others, 0 for Trans Rollers United.
We're getting towards, we're at the 2-minute mark, so
Fair enough.
I think the Heathers are just not looking to drag this game out.
Also not really looking to capitalize and increase points in any way. It's just looking to, get the points, call it.
All right, we got Tiny Danger and Hanner's Bananas. Oh, Tiny Danger looking to ride the great blocking there from Destroyevsky.
Tiny Danger, a no pass, no penalty. Lead jammer is still open, but that is a star pass to Kira Duncan, which means that this is going to be a 2-minute jam, and this is going to be the last jam of the game because there is more time on the jam clock than on the period clock.
Oh, all right.
So this is going to be your last jam. And we get a Kira Duncan jamming moment. Kira Duncan through for 4 points.
Woohoo! This is fun.
This is a fun line. A star pass on a last jam. That is 629 Cold Smokely.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And Lapis Azuli
Clears that inside line.
managed to do offense and defense at the same time.
Cold Smokely guiding as a brace at the top of the pack. Kira Duncan dunks around the outside. Wow. Through for 4 points, but opts to go back to collect the star just to make sure. That was impressive.
Yeah.
Tiny Danger trying to get some offensive help from Destroyevsky at the top of the pack. Walt Hitman trying to make things happen, but Kira Duncan ducks on that outside through for 4 points. 43 seconds left in this jam. Trans Rollers United trying to make a defense at the back of the pack.
Oh, Kira Duncan gets forced out by Walt Hittman. Now forced out by Walt Hittman again.
Tiny Danger trying to get some more offense. Pops through the top of the pack, through for 4 points. Kira Duncan looking for some help.
And only finds Cone with the force out.
A penalty going somewhere.
That's Cone.
Penalty going to Cone. Direction of gameplay. Kira Duncan trying to play some jammer on jammer defense. And that is the official end. That's going to be an additional 3 points for Kira Duncan on that jam. 15 total points for Trans Rollers United. 8 for Heathers on that last jam of the game. And there you have it.
Kira pumping up the crowd, which I love.
Game total, 174 for the Heartless Heathers, 93 for Trans Rollers United. There's a little bit of that Radical Wheels replay of that duck and spin. Wow. If the hats had not fallen off, that would have been like an incredible pass.
Yes.
Really unfortunate. And then there is that rolling whistle of our official score. So that's going to be the game.
All right. Thank you all so much for joining us. Hope you had a great time. Come by tomorrow. We've got the pedals at 11:30 Pacific.
Yes.
And the buds at
I believe it's 1
Pacific.
30.
1:30 Pacific.
Yeah.
So we will see you all then for the Juniors Championship doubleheader.
I have been Rosemary's Baby.
I'm Puns and Roses. We'll see you then.
Okay, our first award this evening for MVPs is Most Valuable Jammer, and this is awarded to Tiny. And next up from Trans Rollers United, Most Valuable Blocker, awarded to Freddie. Okay, and we have here most valuable jammer for Trans Rural United from Heartless Heathers awarded to Ragnaroxy. And last but not least, most valuable blocker chosen by our Heartless Heathers for Crusher 860. And as is part of the tradition, it's picture time for our MVPs. How about a round of applause for these guys, everybody?